Hello, Michael from Happy Chiropractic. Hope you're having a great day. What I want to talk to you about today is this spinal model, which is a model showing vertebra along different varying phases of degeneration. So you will notice that the one here has relatively smooth bones and a decent sized cushion or disc between. This one here has slightly narrowing disc area and slightly roughened bones. This one here has more roughening of the bones and a thinner disc, and this one here has really roughening and changed bone shape and very, very narrow disc space. So really what that is a scale over time that can occur in the human body of degeneration, also known as osteoarthritis, also known as spondylosis commonly, or wear and tear. So what I want people to understand is that these changes aren't necessarily tied in strongly with pain. Someone can be in one of these different stages of degeneration with their spine that they could determine through MRI, CT or X-ray, yet they may have very little pain, but they may have a lot of restriction and difficulty moving as they once did. For example, bending down, doing up your shoes, picking something up off the floor, doing your normal sport. Golf, for example, the ability to move and rotate may be affected when we are progressing through this degenerative process over time. So what can you do about that? Well, really the main thing is to keep moving, keep hydrated and keep moving. So that means regularly walking, regularly doing stretches, particularly if you know you've got some degeneration, make sure the area is warm. So after some hot water is on there, such as in a bath or a shower, do some stretches, and someone can guide you, someone educated can guide you on what stretches to do. Hydration, as I said, is also really important to make sure that the discs are well hydrated. And one of the other key things to do is to make sure that we have a well-functioning spinal joint. So this is a joint. The joint is an area between one bone and the next bone. You want to ensure that those joints in the spine don't have any extra undue stiffness and tension within them or dysfunction. As a chiropractor, that is what we focus a lot of our attention on. If I grab another plastic model here and show you here, what we've got here is a very similar type of model, two vertebrae and a disc, but what this model can do is show you that there is movement. So the bones should be able to move flexibly between themselves. What can happen with dysfunction or vertebral subluxation of the spine is that movement capability from one bone to the next isn't as it should be. It becomes tense and jammed and stiff, and that is an accelerated promoter of the degenerative change I was talking about. So seeing someone who could determine where that's occurring and then undergoing some form of corrective care, such as adjustments. So an adjustment creates that movement from one bone to the next and starts to restore the proper motion that you should be having in the vertebra. That in turn can help to slow down the otherwise progressive nature that can occur in the degenerative process. So the key take-home points are that it's not a life-death sentence, so to speak. You can still function really well in many cases with degeneration, albeit on the balance of things, you're better off to try and avoid it. Avoid it through making sure you're active, not sedentary all the time, going for walks, going for swims, for example. Make sure that you do regular stretches, make sure you stay well hydrated, and make sure that you minimize the amount of dysfunction, vertebral dysfunction, through the motion of the joints by going to see someone who is an expert at determining where that may be occurring and helping you restore the function through their corrective methods. I hope this has made sense to you. I hope it's provided you with some motivation. If you're a young person, if you're in your 20s or your 30s and you think, why would this matter to me? Well, this is the time to ensure that you stay on top of this to prevent it from occurring. Or if you already know that you have some of this degenerative change, because you've had an MRI or an X-ray, fear not, you can always do something to improve your current circumstance. You may not reverse back, but you may be able to do something to improve your activities of daily living and your daily function. So I hope this has provided you with some information that you found useful. Thanks for watching, and wherever you are, have a great day. Thank you.